here. I'm looking a little scraggly today. Sorry about that.
It would be better than this.
Did the thing again where I can't move properly. This is a weird new bug I have. So we're back. I believe we're right outside of Riften right now. So I know I probably said we were going to go do a quest today. I don't remember what. It's been a while since our last Skyrim stream. I'm just trying to get rid of this bug where it says I'm carrying too much to be able to move when I'm not. There we go. So today's plan was originally going to be, hey, let's go and do some sort of quest. But I've decided against that. Today will be the grand feast. Which means we're going to hunt down as many bandit camps as I possibly can. And we are going to kill and slaughter all of them. And feed ourselves on them. That's a bear. That is not a bandit. So we're just going to take a quick look. I know for a fact there's a keep right over here. We're going to start there. Hello, my good friend. How are you today? If the kitties are there, hello Chase. Hello Kyler. Hello third child who is yet to be born. How are you? Today we're going to eat. We are going to gorge ourselves on the blood of our enemies. Till we are well and proper fat. Because I am tired of all these bandits in my motherfucking Skyrim. And that's about the only reason. Also, the fact is we are going to cure vampirism as soon as we're done the Dawnguard quests. Now, let's see if I can remember how to feed. There you are. I want to get up there and beat him up.
That's all. That's it. That's it.
Come here. How do I feed?
I can take you.
Like, I don't even remember how to feed.
That'll teach you.
Oh, that's good. Do you remember how to feed, man? Because I am not 100% sure.
Where'd you come from?
Like, I think I just need to beat the crap out of this guy, don't I?
What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do?
That'll teach you.
Well, did I just fall through the map? Okay. That was new. We fell through the map. While I was here trying to remember how to feed. There we go. Do I have a perk right now? No. Alright. So we don't know how to feed. No, it's not. I mean, I just walked up and punched someone. There we go. So it's some sort of like finishing them with a power attack, it looks like. But yeah, we definitely did just fall through the floor there, which is fantastic, I assure you.
Now ain't this?
I knew I was something.
Aw, darn it. I should have left her outside. Cause she's gonna be killing these guys a bit too fast. Can't loot in this form. Alright, let's revert for a second. Do our loot, get our regen moving up a little bit faster. Yeah, that was quite the glitch. We actually really wanted that, that potion. Actually, a lot. We need more bandits to slaughter, though, that's for sure. This looks like a good job for me. Everybody with me. There has to be more people here, really? This looks like spiders. I can't drink the blood of spiders. Nor would I want to. Even if they're monstrous little bastards, they're not necessarily evil. We're definitely gonna deal with them, though. Smack. Give me a smack and I'll smack you back. Alright. Nothing in there, nothing in there. I'm gonna assume there's nothing in here. Yep. Awesome, what's this way? So I'm excited. We're gonna be doing at least 2 streams today. After I'm done streaming Skyrim, I'm gonna take a very short break. And then I'm going to set up a stream for a cool indie game that I just got beta access to, and I'm absolutely loving it. I played about an hour and a half of it yesterday, and I absolutely love the game. It is fantastic. To the point where I actually sent an email to the company behind the game just telling them how much I love it and cannot wait for the full game to release. And if it stays anywhere near as good as it is now, that I definitely hope the people who follow me will buy it. Which I honestly mean. I really hope I sell some copies of the game. The Drain Life Spell? Alright. If the Drain Life Spell will do it, we'll probably do that. Oops. I meant to transform.
I knew I heard something.
I done goofed.
I knew I heard something.
Give me your lives. Good man. I would have also Googled it, but I'm playing. Give me your life. Yeah, it does. Alright, good. Good. Good, good, good. Hopefully there's still another person in here, but I doubt it. There might be. Alright, that's just a body spasming.
there.
Well, I mean, you did. I just don't think you hearing it's gonna matter. Good. Good, good, good. Actually, can I, like, resurrect him? Yeah. Sweet. We are going to feed so much today. So, yeah, I contacted that video game company because I just absolutely love their game. And they replied to me just going, you know, basically, oh shit, man, you love our game? That's awesome to hear. We're very glad this game made you feel this, this, and this. That's sick. I hope you enjoy the full release game when we finally get it out. And I think that's really cool, especially for, like, an indie developer. I think it's definitely something that if you're a fan of something you're doing, or you're playing, you should definitely try to do, right? Because, I mean, yes, a lot of game companies are a little bit too big to notice, right? But not every game company is too big to notice, in my opinion. Because, I mean, I know games like Stardew Valley, Banished, were made almost entirely by one person. And those are some amazing games. So whenever I'm dealing with a game that's really good, and I know it has a very small company behind it, I like to send them an email just saying, hey, listen, here's what I like about your game. This is why I buy it, and this is why I tell other people that this game is something they should look into buying. And I as someone who likes to create things, like, hey, YouTube videos, YouTube channel, I think even a little bit of feedback is really good. Even if it's, you know... Oh, we can actually get the lifeblood of animals. Oh, cool. Even if... I don't know, like, I just think it's something nice to do. A lot. When you're dealing with, you know, a smaller game company, even if it's not so small. I don't know how many games there are out there where, you know, sometimes people just want to, you know, hear some feedback that's positive. I love positive feedback. Anytime someone comments on one of my videos, like, hey, I enjoyed your video, I greatly enjoy it. Now, to be fair, a lot of the times when people reply to my videos going, hey, I love your video, it's immediately followed, hey, you should check out and sub to my channel. And YouTube marks it as spam, and I'm like, alright. But you know what, I mean, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's just someone going, oh man, I love this part, or hey, this neat thing that you missed, or you asked a question during the stream, here's the answer. I love that shit, man. I just like having people to chat with. And we are gonna suck the life out of this bear. Nice and slow, like. I don't know why it's a cave bear. He is nowhere near a cave. Alright, we're gonna have to punch him a little bit. Did I just get hit by an arrow? Huh. Alright, we're gonna revert form back until we get to the next area where there's bandits. So this is how you level up your vampire. I doubt we're going to get the full achievement in this one video. I doubt it. Because, I mean, I would need to basically just fast travel to places I've already cleared that have repopulated and just farm those. But I'd rather keep giving you all new content, at least new places to look at. Right? Because, I mean, sure, in some places I'd like to go back and revisit them. Particularly iron mines. But, you know, that's not as fun as just wandering around and doing stuff for the first time, you know? There's definitely something here. You know what? I think it's bandits. I think it's bandits.
I'm okay with the dark. I expect more than my share. Another cave. I've spent enough time underground myself.
Oh, it's a conjurer. Yeah, he's an evil prick. Somebody to frost Atronak at me, eh? Come here, you. You're a master of the arcade, eh? You're not even a master conjurer. You're just sort of a punk bitch. Which is good for us, because it means we get to kill him. That's good. We're gonna pick this up. Alright, there's some good shit here. Can I just pick it up? No, alright, I didn't think so. We'll pick that up when we're out of this place. That's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. When we get out of there, we'll pick that stuff up. We're gonna wander on in here, because I'm pretty sure there's probably gonna be more living things to feed off of. There is probably going to be a good bit of undead, maybe? Maybe. If we can... Alright, we can't walk through there.
Keep your eyes open here.
Yeah, we should.
I knew I heard something.
Yeah, you did. Oh, it's a Draugr. See, I don't think we can feed off the undead. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So hopefully there's not too many more undead. If there is, I'm just going to revert. And take them out in my regular form, because there's no reason... or no way to get through here in this form. So we'll just revert back. Now you might be saying we're supposed to be doing a feast. If this isn't a place where, you know, we can eat people, why are we doing it? Because it's cool. Because I like exploring. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes you might just get what you need. Come on. That's more dead. No? Oh, shit. Of course. Of course. I immediately transform out of my form and there's someone I can feed off of. That's alright. We can change back pretty quick. Alright, let's deal with this white first. Just punch the crap out of this. Let's just hit them with this. We want to save our mana for the Ice Mage at depth. Oh, there's two people here. An apprentice necromancer, eh? Honestly, I think leveling up vampire is far faster than leveling up werewolf. Werewolf, you need to eat the hearts of fallen people. And I mean, it's something you can do. Alright, let's just coax them back here, maybe. He's right there. Can I, like, weave through that? No. And I just can't fit through there, eh? Alright, we have to revert form, get to the other side of this barrier, and then transform again. Good bash.
Done and done.
We'll transform here. This should be good enough. God, I look so blown out on that camera. I don't know what setting I have that's making me look quite so, like, glowy, but it's really bothering me. Not that I'm not used to basically glowing any other time. Are you serious? Like, look at this. Alright, let's revert form again. So we can get under this low bridge that's way above us. That's a little obnoxious. And by a little, I mean it's really annoying to have to deal with that. That's a good conjurer's potion. Let's pick this. Oh, ho. Oh, we almost got it. There we go. Good picks, good picks. Alrighty. Let's do this. So I was over at a friend's house yesterday. And there were 3 of us.
Skaven. Who are you to disrupt my work? Begone, or I will add you to my army of the dead.
That doesn't work for me. So 3 of us were hanging out, and at the moment, 2 of us were playing Towerfall Ascension, which is a really fun multiplayer game. I would have had all 3 of us playing, but I only had 2 controllers, because I only have 2 controllers. And though the other friends, the people who were hanging out with us, do have PS4s, none of them brought any, because they suck. So 2 of us were playing it. One of my friends was playing Skyrim. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. You're playing some Skyrim, yeah. And I'm like, watching him, but he's playing on his laptop. Because, I mean, I'm sure you're thinking, well, if he's playing Skyrim on the PS4, why didn't you just have him use his controller for that? For Towerfall Ascension. He was playing on his PC with the keyboard and mouse. And I love my friend a lot. He's a really... He's a guy who I enjoy the company of. And I like hanging out with him a lot. We have good conversation, good chats. We're very good friends. He was crouched, right? Because he was sneaking up on someone. And he was like tapping the move forward button like rapidly to take like gentle steps forward. And I looked at him, he's like, and I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sneaking up on the guy. I'm like, why don't you just walk towards him? And he's like, not stealth? He'll notice me. And I'm like, no. Why don't you just hold shift and walk at a slower pace so your character isn't auto-running towards him, making a lot of noise? And he just looked at me like, what? And I'm like, dude, hold the left shift button. What are you doing? And he's like, are you serious? And he holds shift and then he starts walking at a normal walking speed. He's like, oh man, that's way easier than what I was doing. I'm like, you've clocked a ton, a literal ton of hours into Skyrim on the Xbox, on the PC. He loves playing Xbox on the PC because if he ever wants to just dick around with console commands, he can. And I know he spends a lot of time doing it whenever he has a few free moments. And I'm just like, buddy, have you been sneaking like that all of this time? And he's like, well, you know, man, listen, just thank you for showing me this so I never have to worry about that again, okay? I'm just like, alright. I'm gonna get killed here if I can't get... There we go. Alright, we need to revert and heal fast. Come on. And he was just like so appreciative of this. And I mean, that's totally fine. Like, I mean, I'm not calling him out like saying he's a bad player or something. I'm just like, I know for a fact you play this game a lot. And he now to be fair, he's not like a PC gamer. really, in my opinion. I mean, he plays games on the PC, but like, it's not his go-to system. I know that. Right? So, I mean, I can't be, like, mad at him for not knowing that holding shift lets you walk at a regular pace, but at the same time, come on. That was quite the silly thing for you to not get. Alright, here's the journal. No. Alright, so this should probably tell us what we need to do to get through here. I have grieved for my husband and sought revenge against the Empire for his death. Raise the dead here and use them as laborers to clear the way. All right. Alright, so that was not useful, but this is the book for this area. So let me take a look. Eagle, snake, whale, snake. Eagle, snake, whale, snake. Are there only 4? Yep. So it's eagle, snake, whale, snake. Eagle, snake, whale, snake. Open. Alright, we're good. I don't think I've ever done this dungeon before. Honestly, I don't remember ever having to do that puzzle. Or hearing that woman's story. So, you know, neat. Something new to do. We've been doing a lot of progress in Skyrim. I'm going to be playing it a bit more coming up, hopefully. I'm hoping, and this is mostly for people who are watching the VOD later, who didn't make the stream. I'm hoping very much to get Neo, which is a very cool looking new game coming out this week. I currently don't have the money for it. I'm trying to sell some of my old video game collectibles, because I have like the Halo Reach statue, I have the Gears of War 3 statue, I have the Catherine Love Is Over deluxe pizza box stuff, I have the Bioshock 2 Collector's Edition, which comes with the vinyl of the Bioshock soundtrack, and a bunch of cool posters and an art book by the dev team discussing how they actually decided to design everything, which is really cool. And I have a Fallout 3 lunch tin, like an old school Fallout era style lunch tin with a making of DVD art book and a Vault-Tec bobblehead, which in theory should go for a lot of money. I'm trying to sell them for like $90 each because I think that's relatively fair. I would take less probably if someone tried to haggle with me, but I mean, I haven't found anyone interested in haggling with me yet, which is the issue, right? Because especially if I can get to the point where even if I sell one of them for 80, I'm still going to be fine, because if I buy the game digitally, that's gonna summon undead. If I buy the game digitally, there's no taxes. If you buy something on the PlayStation Store digitally, there's no taxes on the purchase. Now, unfortunately, the Canadian dollar is currently le shit. So games that should normally, you know, a year and a half, no, not a year and a half, but like games that would have cost less in the previous generation, they would have cost like $59.99, now cost like $79 new. So if I can get $80 for one of my video game collectibles, it'd be like the perfect amount. And I really want to get that game so I can start streaming it for you all immediately, as soon as it releases. Because I think a really big part of helping to grow our channel is to just start playing more relevant titles, if that makes sense. Like, can people understand that? Because, like, I play Oblivion, which is a really old game. And I play Darkest Dungeon, which, while not really old, is a game that's already sort of had all of its secrets picked clean. Because it was extremely popular for a good while. Alright. We're gonna transform back here. So, I mean, I play a lot of games that are a good bit older. Even Skyrim, when we consider it, is an old game. Oh, that bitch. She killed him by the time my transformation was done. Skyrim is, on its own, a very old game, very dated. Even with the remaster, which gets some attention, because people want to see it on the PS4 without having to pay like $80 for it, or they want to check out the DLC and stuff, which is cool, and I greatly appreciate any one of the people viewing this who's having a good time. But I honestly think that it's crucial to sort of help grow our channel to play games that are coming out, if that makes sense. I think that's important. It doesn't need to be like AAA games. I'm not saying like, well, we're never gonna play a new indie game. Again, after this stream is over, I'm gonna take like a short 35, 45 hour long break, whatever, to set up my computer, because this is a game I have on the PC to play an up and coming indie games beta. A game I absolutely adore. And I'm not very good at it yet. I managed to beat a boss yesterday with it. I don't know if she's the first boss you can fight, but it's the first boss I found. And the game is just super cool. I fell down. God damn it. The game is just awesome. It is just a damn fine time. And again, I cannot even begin to talk about how hyped I am to play it and play more of it. It's also like the first PC game in a very long time. I'm like, I need to plug in a controller and play this with a controller, which is highly recommended by the developer as well. But it's definitely the first PC game I felt that I needed to do that for in a very long time. We also got some other games recently. Now, you might look at me and say, well, Sil, I mean, you're talking about needing money for Neo, yet you're getting all these games. I fell down again. I hate me. Fucking third-person bullshit. And you're not wrong. So the reason why we have some new games to play, one or two of which will be on the channel, of course, is because Humble Bundle, who I love, does a monthly thing now called the Humble Monthly. We're gonna actually like try and fly and speed this up. And this month they were giving away XCOM 2 for $12, and then immediately. And then on the 3rd of February, you get 6 other games, plus the 2 betas. And one of the betas is the thing I want to show you all. One of the games they gave out is a game I very much wanted to have. And I'm very excited for it. And I'm definitely going to be playing that on the channel as well.
I could not raise him, but I will raise an army to avenge his defilement.
Oh. She was not able to raise her husband, surprisingly enough. Oh, you bitch. She's too good. She's too good at her job. And it was really good. Now, am I gonna like every game I got into that bundle? No. In fact, if I gave one of those games away, I might actually do like giveaways at like Survivor or at like subscriber milestones. Like when we hit 50 subs, I might do a small giveaway. 100 subs, 250 subs, 500 subs. Because I mean, I can usually swing a little bit of change. And through things like Humble Bundle, I can get people like really cool games to play. She body blocked me. And I think that'd be really cool. Because again, I really am all about user interaction, right? Because I really want to spend time chatting with the people who watch my videos. And I'm really excited. One of the games is probably going to become our signature, like, weekend series, because we haven't really had one in a while since FTL.
I don't like the look of this.
They burned his body before I could raise him. It should have been returned to me.
That's accurate.
Stop me from killing those who wage this pointless war.
I mean, lady, I don't hate what you're saying, but you went about it all wrong. Lua Skaven. But yeah. So, I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent because the plot of this dungeon happened. And I definitely love Humble Bundle. Now again, some of the games I got in the bundle aren't that great or things I'm even interested in playing. There we go. We're gonna kill her real good. Some of them weren't things I was interested in playing. One in particular wasn't, and a good friend of mine had that game on his wish list, so I just sent him the code as a gift. Which he greatly appreciated. And that's definitely something I enjoy about Humble Bundle, because it allows you to access games and share it with others.
Thank you for releasing us from her spell.
No problem, guys.
Now we can rest in peace once again. Come, Fury, my love.
Take this without
Ooh.
gratitude.
Give it. What are you giving me? Ooh. The Ghost Blade. It only weighs 1 pound. I like that, first of all. Does 3 points of extra damage ignoring armor. That's actually really cool. Can I disenchant this blade and get that enchantment? I cannot. Fuck this game. Well, I guess there's no reason to not take that money. Yeah, I'm really excited. I do want to apologize if you're, you know, one of the regulars on the channel. I didn't technically upload a video Saturday. I did upload my Friday Oblivion video Saturday. I was out with some friends for the day and time got away from me. I mean, that's it. That's what happened. It is with deepest regret that I inform you of the death of your husband, Sail. He laid down his life in battle to retake the Imperial City for the young Mary. He showed great courage in his final hour, and his sacrifice will not be in vain. That is not how you write that letter. Oh, there's transmute here as well. Is it different, or is it the same transmute? No, it's the same one. That's awesome. I was only ever aware of that one place with that. That weighs 1 pound and is worth a lot of money, so I'll pick it up. Frost salts are worth a good bit of money. Death bells are good for that girl in Riften. Let's make some pots. Let's make some invisibility, because I'm a sucker for it. Caddis root. Dragon's tongue. Damn. I don't remember what a lot of these do, so the reason I just sort of throw them at each other is mostly because of that. And I'm sure people who are like really good at... Oh wow, Tundra Conet and Void Salts make a really good potion. People who are probably really good at the alchemy in this game probably hate me for this. But I mean, I'm sorry. We've already turned in our frost salts, which is good. Nothing wrong with doing this, spending a little time. Fortify Sneak isn't actually something I care about. Restore health, that's good. Blue Mountain Flower also has restore health. Useful. We need to make sure we leave the Troll Fat and the Daedra Hard. Pretty sure Frost Salts and Fire Salts don't do shit together. We do have a lot of vampire dust. That's enough for now. We learned a bunch of new recipes. I'm glad with that. Let's just get out of here. We're probably going to stream for another 50 minutes. We're probably going to keep this stream at about an hour and a half. To sort of make up for there not being that video on the weekend. Which I was sorry about. When I was recording this week, I was sort of in a funk. And so I didn't just record anything to go up on the weekends. Because I'm like, I'll just stream. And that's what I'm doing. Doing a quick little low streamy hours. Of course, it's daylight. However, we can deal with that. That's not the button I wanted to hit. So, we're over here. That is a fortress right there. Full of banditos. We are going to quick save, though, because there is often a lot of saber cats between here and there. And if we end up getting ourselves slain somehow, I definitely want a decent save point. I believe this is also a scuba den that you get a quest for later. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This is like a scuba den where they have like illegal fights and shit. It is tied to a quest that we get later on, so clearing it out now doesn't do anything for us unless we go and get that quest like right away. Because then there won't be anyone there. We can say, I've already cleared that place. I was already there. I came, I saw, I kicked their ass. We really shouldn't be flying because it's daytime. No, it's not. It's night now. What time is it? Oh, we can't tell the time as a vampire. Vampires don't like clocks. But our stamina is regenerating, which means it did dip into evening, so it's probably just like right after 6. I'll kill a wolf. One's not enough. We need that to deal a little bit more damage. But our stamina is regenerating, our health is regenerating, and our magicka is regenerating, which means it is not daytime. Or the game is glitched in the best way imaginable. I believe that is the Atronak down there. There's also a dragon wall right there, as you can see. And I believe that dragon wall also has a dragon priest. Which we may go deal with, because killing all the dragon priests and getting that quest to go back in time, I think it is, with all the dragon masks at the shrine is actually a lot of fun. So, let's just pop detect creatures, because I prefer that. Hey you, what's up? Good kill. That did not... See, that didn't give me the blood. And I'm like, why not? What did I do wrong there? No, don't. Mine. That gave us the blood, though. That's very good. I really hate how piddly the wings look. Like, kind of a lot. Like, I get it, but I mean, to be fair, a bat would have way, way better wings. In my opinion. If that's the sort of aesthetic they were going for, who knows? I mean, but if you're gonna make a vampire, you're probably going for a bat-like aesthetic. Who are you?
Stendar's mercy, you aren't one of them. Please, you've
I'm
got to help me.
literally a monster.
My wife, Viola. I think she's being held in this. I'm sorry. Viola, my wife.
My wife left the farm on errands and never came back. It's been months.
Rumor that these bandits were ransomed. I managed to sneak past the guards and get this far, but I don't think I... Honestly, I have no idea. Thank you. One of the guards dropped this key while I hid. I waited.
Alright, we can do that.
Please hurry.
We just have to make sure we don't feed on her accidentally. Alright, I can't access that door. I can access that door though. I think we just need to revert back. Come on, I hit the bottom. Gee, thanks. I like how Kami was talking to like this monstrous vampire creature. Find my wife for me, please, monster. I can appreciate it. I wish you could sneak in this form. You would think you would be able to just like slink through the shadows. I think that'd be neat. Alright, this guy's gonna keep zapping away our mana, so we're just gonna switch to the old fisticuffs. Argonian is delicious, from my understanding of it. Plus it'll heal us to full. Because that's like the best perk in this game, honestly. I don't see anyone in there. Let's keep wandering. Or not. It's just not gonna let me access doors right now. We'll swap back. Ain't no thing. I'm gonna lose a lot of lockpicks on this door, aren't I? Do 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 do. Is Rick Moranis still alive? That just going do 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 do. Reminded me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, which was a trilogy of movies back in the late 80s, early 90s, for people who don't know. I don't know how popular those movies were. I mean, I watched them, but I watched a lot of movies growing up that I normally wouldn't have. And that's something I've sort of grown to notice a bit in my life, is that we were definitely movie people growing up. Like, to me, having like pretty like decent knowledge of films is like, it's just par for the course, really, right? Like, when we would go for long drives, and we would often, because we lived 2.5 to 4 hours away from some of our relatives, while driving, we would play Guess the Movie games, where we would basically play like a variation of 20 questions, but the ultimate goal was figuring out what movie the person had chosen. And we would do this all the time, and like, we would have to like have stipulations. Is this a movie we own? Is this, because this was back in the day of VHSs, and even if we were to play the game now, we would use VHSs, because we just have so many of them. Does it have a small case, or is it one of the bigger cases? Because VHSs used to come in, like, very, like, tight cases. Ah, good, Rick Moranis. Good for him. Because you would have VHSs with very tight cases. And you'd have to, like, squeeze the sides of the front to get them out. And then you would have cases, that were very big. Disney was very big on this, where there was tons of extra room. And the case was just larger. And see, the way we store our VHSs, the bigger cases had to go up on the shelves because they wouldn't fit properly in the cupboards down below. So we would ask questions like, is it a large case, is it a small case, you know, stuff like that. And it would just go like a regular session of 20 questions, you know. Who's the lead, is it animated or live action, stuff like that. But I've just sort of grown to notice that, well, you're dead, lady.
Who's there?
That other people of my generation really didn't have that. Like, I know about movies that people my age have never heard of. Not always because the movie is old or obscure, but sometimes, right? And it's just like, what about this movie? And they're like, what? What about that movie? You want to know the big offender for this? Because one time, I was, for one of the very few times I was just watching our cable. I was just dicking around with the cable, which isn't something I normally do, because I don't really watch TV. I normally keep the TVs in the house off, actually. I watch a lot of YouTube. I don't watch TV. And it was just one of those times where, you know, I think my mother was going away for a week to another province, and she had been watching TV and just, you know, flicking through the guide before she left. And one of the old Elvis movies, because I own all the Elvis movies. I used to do Elvis impersonations on the radio. Win a lot of free prizes doing that. Part of it was I could sing well. I could do a really good Elvis impersonation. And the other part is, when you're having a province-wide Elvis impersonation contest...
Who are you and what are you doing in my tower? Fiola. How do you know that name? Krister? He's here? The fool's my husband. I left
what?
that old scab. Came home to Skyrim. Didn't take much to prove myself and knock them into shape. And it won't end here. I'd die before I went back. I don't know. I never expected the... But don't kill him. I don't hate the man. I just want him to go back to his farm and for... Better men have tried. Let's finish.
You became a bandit, eh? I'm gonna slaughter you. I love the old Elvis movies. I also used to sing Elvis at, like, family weddings and whatnot. And people would, you know, give me, like, tooties. When I was a little kid, people would, like, give me a bit of money to sing and stuff. Whatever. Sorry, I got caught up in the resolution of the quest. And she was about to leave to go to this other province for a week or something, and she was dicking around, and she saw one of my favorite Elvis movies. I picked up the flute. Please don't be the flute I can't get rid of. Thank you. The Elvis movie is called Kissing Cousins. It's a slightly incestuous, or incestual film, as it were, where Elvis plays himself and a distant cousin. It's nonsensical. Like, the movie is really nonsense, but it's a lot of fun. And the woman who plays Elvis's love interest is ridiculously hot. May she rest in peace. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but she was the one who played Batgirl in the Adam West Batman series. It really sucks that I can't just think of her name off the fly, but it's been a while since the last time I looked her up. And I side note, right, because this isn't, like, the part of the story, like, this isn't the tangent I was supposed to be on. But when I first watched the movie recently, like, again, that time, I looked her up. And, you know, found out she was still fairly attractive for a woman who was much older. I mean, she still looked hot to me. And she was going around, you know, mostly known as Batgirl. Or Batwoman, whatever. From the Adam West series. And then 2 weeks later, I looked her up again to show her to some friends, and she had died the night before. And I was like, what? No. Why? But that's a different tangent. So Kissing Cousins was on, and she put that on for me, and I watched it, and, you know, cringed at the acting. Sang along to the songs because I still remember them all because I have a really weird memory like that, and it was a really fun time. And then the movie that came after it was a movie I'd watched since I was young called The Incredible Mr. Limpet. And this was a movie I knew about.
Why isn't Fiona? What? You monster! I'll kill you for this.
Dude,
Never should have come.
Who's there?
are you serious?
That'll teach you.
What the fuck, man? The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Now, again, this is a movie I own. Of course, it's an old VHS, hidden, buried, and lost far away. So it's not like it's something I see regularly, but it was a movie I'd watched before several times. What are you wearing? Oh, right, you wear vampire stuff, right, okay. For a second I thought I was with Lydia again. Whatever happened to her. And The Incredible Mr. Limpet was about, a little pissant of a man, basically. That's what they try to make you believe. He's a little weakling of a man who just sucks, right? And this is during the time when World War II is going on. And he's too physically weak or sickly to join the army, which is something that his wife mocks him for constantly. Her brother mocks him for constantly because he's a sailor in the Navy. And again, so he spends all of his time working around women because during World War II, most of the men were conscripted. And he's just, I think he had like asthma or something. He was too weak, or his vision was too bad to join the army or some shit. It wasn't that he didn't try to join the army, like, you know, Steve Rogers style. He just physically wasn't what the army would allow. And all of this just sort of depressing life that he had gave him a strong desire to escape. And he pours all of his focus into fish. This exotic fish tank that's like the true love of his wife. Not that he doesn't love his wife, but again, she's fairly emotionally abusive to him. And is really not cool at all. Like, fuck that bitch. And her brother comes to visit, like, he's on, like, 2 weeks R&R or some shit. And they decide to go down to Coney Island. And again, like, they're being a little abusive, and, you know, people at work think he's weird, and, you know, a little queer, as they would call it. As in someone who just doesn't fit in with the regular people. And he ends up falling into the water, but he can't swim, which is weird for someone who's obsessed with fish, you would imagine. So he falls into the water.
Where'd you come from?
And ends up getting transformed into a fish. And the movie is all about him trying to survive the fish world, making fish friends. I believe he makes, like, a hermit crab who becomes, like, his best friend. We're gonna wait till night and then go kill these guys. And he finds, like, a female fish who he saves from a barracuda. I believe, and she, you know, like, hey, let's fucking reproduce because we're animals. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm married. And she's like, I'm a fish. What the fuck does that mean? And it's like a comedy movie. And it eventually goes on to discovering that he becomes a fish who has a source of very powerful echolocation. He's able to use, and this is very topical to Skyrim, a Thum. He is able to release an ultrasonic wave. I even remember the way it sounds. It goes, "Arrrr," and he shoots out like these ultrasonic waves. Like sonar, basically, except much stronger. Like, to the point where it sends the barracuda flying away from them. Like, to the point where it physically hurts. And he ends up working with the army, to protect their, ships from depth charges and their submarines. By determining where the underwater mines have been planted with his Thum, and then delivering updates to the battle cruisers. And he ends up working with his wife's brother to do this and all this shit. And I believe he gets like the chance to like turn back. I know he talks to his wife again. And she's like, we died. Too much fire damage, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty weak to that right now. That's alright, we saved right there. And he does talk to his wife, like, one last time, and he's like... And they actually have, like, an okay moment. Oh, for fuck's sake, this game. Why on earth does it think that I'm over-encumbered? Because I'm not, thank you. We'll wait one more hour. There we go. It's definitely night now.
The sun is... It's not great for my skin.
Picture, I'm also a vampire right now. So he ends up like becoming this war hero for the army. It's believed he goes on to train dolphins to do the same thing for the army. Because eventually, like, he stops like directly helping the army. For some reason, and it's believed if I remember the movie, that afterwards it's believed that he goes to help assist the training of dolphins to make them more intelligent and whatnot, because again he can talk. Fuck this dude. Where are you? And it's just like this really surreal, weird kind of movie, right? Like, don't get me wrong, like, I loved it. But, like, the way I described it, you would probably be like, what the fuck is he talking about? You're not wrong. And whenever I've explained it to a friend in, like, a friend of mine in real life who's never seen the movie before, they definitely have a very colored reaction to it. We need to heal, and we need to heal now. And I realized that my friends have just never seen these movies. And I'm like... That is so weird to me. Because, like, all these movies I grew up watching. And I grew up watching so many of them. That were, you know, like the Elvis movies, or... Because, again, I own all the old Elvis movies. And a bunch of obscure animation movies and the like. And I just grew up in a house where we watched movies a lot, I guess. And just interacting with my friends, I've learned that that's not the way most houses were. Like, my friend, who I was talking about earlier about Skyrim, his family, like, he watched movies growing up. But they were mostly James Bond, Star Wars, James Bond, Star Wars, and he also watched Seinfeld growing up, which isn't a movie, but I mean, he'll never shut up about how well he knows Seinfeld.
Who's there?
And his family would, like, watch... They would play, like... Seen It's. They would be that kind of family who would watch, like, a James Bond Seen It. Or they have, like, this Jerry Seinfeld Seen It, right? Like, they're that kind of people. Who will sit together in a group and, you know, test which one of them knows the most about this thing they all love watching. But that was, like, it, right? And I'm like, how is my experience so different than other people's? Because I own so many movies, right? Like, I can't, like, live insert a picture of it. One, because I don't have a picture of it. Two, I'm streaming on my PlayStation. Not OBS. Is that it for here? Because if so, I'm gonna be... No, alright, there's doors over here. And I love movies, and there were so many weird, great movies. Like, Baby, I think the movie was called, and it was about this dude who discovers a dinosaur egg, and they hatch it, and they have to, like, try and keep the baby alive from, like, this group of mercenaries who's trying to kill them and steal it. You see all this cool, weird shit in old movies that are probably quite bad. And I mean, not all of the movies I've seen were good. Like, my mother, God love her, bought a movie called Animal Farm when I was a kid, thinking it was a movie about an animal farm, right? No, it was, you know, George Orwell's Animal Farm. So, you know, watching the pigs slaughter the farmer and take over the farm is awful, and the horse who tries to rebel against them, watching them, you know, ship the horse off to a glue factory and kill the rebellious interloper. I mean, it was a really dark show. It was super disturbing to watch as a kid. And I've never let her live that one down. There's a few other things my mother has bought that I've never let her live down. Some of it I thought were like fever dreams, right? Because they're not things I can easily refine. So one of the things we had was a movie called The Noozles. And I'm going to talk about The Noozles here for about 6 minutes or so. The Noozles was a Japanese children's show, alright? So already you can see why I'm talking about my mother messing up a little bit. So this Japanese children's show was about a little girl whose grandfather disappears. Alright, that's a little heartbreaking. That's... They were doing something nasty over here. He just sort of disappears. He just goes away one day on an adventure and never comes back. And then one day she receives a package from him. And the package, inside of it is a koala. Like a stuffed koala. And then one day she's just, you know, pulls it out and ends up, like, falling onto it or some such. And she hits it with her nose. And gives it, like, what in my household I grew up calling an Eskimo kiss. That might be a little racist. Or insensitive. And if so, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to call it other than a noozle. And since I'm trying to explain to you what noozles is, using the word in the description of the thing seems sort of stupid. And the toy comes to life. And it's this adventurous series of them having all sorts of hijinks and adventures, trying to keep the secret that he is alive away from the adults. And that whenever you give him one of these Eskimo kisses, he comes to life. And eventually they had like a second season, and they had her get another package where she gets a female noozle, a pink koala. Well, they actually have a movie. And my mother found this movie and just bought it for us. Without knowing what it was. Because again, this was before the internet was common. Again, I mean, we didn't have even dial-up internet until we moved to another province when I was 10. So, you know, it's not like she could have researched it herself in a very easy way. pretty sure I can't suck life out of these guys, but if I can, that'd be funny. No. Alright. And I'm also pretty sure there's nothing but ghosts here. So, this series, like, the movie is all about this girl getting noozled by one of the koalas instead. Instead of waking the koalas up, it sent her to their world or something. And it's basically revealed that the koalas are from this extraplanar, like, other dimension. In terms of, like, D&D speak. Where the humans don't exist, and everything alive is some sort of, like, stuffed animal or toy or creature. And humans don't exist. They're myths and legends and monsters of the boogeyman. Right? Like, humans don't actually exist, and anything about humans is a legend or a myth. Used to scare children, sort of thing. I know there's a skill book in there, I'm pretty sure, but I can't read it right now as a vampire. Which, I mean, it's really, really weird, right? So they, like, dress her up as a koala with, like, fake ears and a nose, so they can try and, you know, keep the fact that she's a human girl hidden. And she has all these sort of adventures in their koala world, and she discovers that that's where her grandfather is. He somehow found his way here, and then got, like, trapped in some sort of bottomless darkness or something. Like, it was really bizarre and dark, and he was, like, trapped. And the whole point of the movie becomes freeing her grandfather. And, you know, winning social acceptance for humans in this alternate plane of existence. And so that happens, you know, yada yada yada. Spoiler, of course, for the Noozles, which came out in the mid-'80s. And I'm sure no one watching this has probably ever heard of, unless they heard it from me. Because I don't have a very large Japanese audience. So the Noozles, so they discover, you know, these are vampire hunters, neat, or werewolf hunters, sorry. See, that time it didn't give me it, and I don't know why, and I just think the melee is a bit more effective at ensuring that I get it off. These guys are werewolf hunters, and they will slaughter any innocent that gets in their way. They're not good people. I have no problem killing them. So, like, oh yeah, at the end of the series, sorry, I got distracted by what was happening on screen. So at the end of the movie, you know, everything's happy, the darkness has been defeated, her grandfather is free, and she's about to get sent back to, her own world. And she's there waiting for the grandfather to come with him, and she's like, no, I'm gonna stay here and continue learning more about the Noozles. And he elects to forgo his human existence and live there in this altered plane of existence forever. And then she goes home, and it's like no time has passed or something. And I blame that movie for a lot of what I've grown up to be. Like, just my interests in Japanese storytelling and for furries. And just a lot of the weird little choices I've made in my life all seem to have originally stemmed from that movie. In some way. Alright, see, that was a power attack. That should have let me eat him. God damn it. I'm hitting too hard, and at the same time not hard enough. Yeah, but yeah, so that's enough of the Noozles talk. I probably went a little bit more than 6 minutes. I think I went for like 8. But, like, I've just seen these really obscure things in my life, and I still own a lot of them. We don't throw those movies out because we like collecting them. Like, we probably have a small fortune in Disney films. No, don't get me wrong. Would I want to sell them? Probably not. Ever. So saying it's a fortune is kind of a misnomer. Because really, something's only worth the money if you intend on actually getting the money out of it. And I can understand never wanting to do that. Because, I mean, I love those movies. Like Beauty and the Beast. All the classics, Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty. We have all that stuff. And a lot of people will pay a lot of money for... Oh, Jesus, I really needed that power attack to land. People will pay a lot of money for that stuff for their kids. Or just to collect. Oh, I got the full health regen right at the end. I was clutch as balls. See, that was another power attack, and they're not landing correctly. And I've noticed that people in my life who are my age just have not seen the things that I've seen. Which is really weird to me, because I just grew up in a household where watching movies was like what we did together. Like, I own most of the classic Land Before Time movies. I just own a lot of movies that people just didn't know existed or never saw. But it's weird to me to think that people grew up not watching movies who are my age, right? But this is really annoying. We might die here. There's usually a really high level mage right over there, up on those stairs. Well, that was awesome. Yeah, there she is. An ice wizard. I'm stuck. I can't move. Can you please die? She's like sucking all the good juices out of me. Got her. I'm surprised that didn't give me a level up. I thought stronger creatures gave you more experience. So yeah, I mean, it was just really weird of me to have to grow up realizing that my friends were never gonna watch any of these like super weird movies that I watched. I still have the noozles somewhere. And the problem is like, I mean, we have a VHS, or we have a VCR player somewhere. Like, I have no idea where. And even if I can find it, I don't know if I'd have the connectors for the video to get it on one of our TVs. But I would definitely like to, right? Watch some old VHS tapes. Some classic things from my childhood. Oh, I have the spells up there. Sorry, we'll just land. Power attack? See, the power attack isn't connecting when I really need it to. There we go. We're gonna revert back. We're gonna, you know, kick it back now, y'all. Do some quick healing. Man, I'm just thinking of other, like, obscure movies I watched growing up that other people just never heard of. The Secret of Nim was a big one. That was a movie I watched that scared the pants off me as a kid. That my friends have just never even heard of. Some of them have, which is really cool. A few of my friends who are very specifically into obscure things have seen The Secret of Nim. And again, like, some of the movies were so weird that it was just like, did I dream that whole movie up when I was a kid? I've had that happen to me about the noozles about 5 or 6 times in my life. I've literally had to go and Google to make sure that movie actually existed because I was pretty sure I just, like, was sick as a kid and dreamt it or some shit. Which is not, it's not an experience I've ever thought I'd have in my life. Like, did that really exist? Or was I, like, just sick, man, and, like, hallucinating on, like, a really high fever? One of those times when, like, my oxygen was low because of my asthma, and I was, you know... I guess we finished this place. And I was, like, in the hospital in an oxygen tent as a kid. Like, did I have this weird dream about this girl with stuffed koalas, and when you nuzzle your nose against theirs, they come to life? What the fuck? But no, totally real. Just weird as shit, Japan, and I love you for it. I can totally appreciate Japan and its craziness. Ah, my hair's all crazy right now. So we're doing pretty good. I just went to check my vampire perks without being a vampire. Ah, you know what? That's actually a really good scroll. Thank you. Unfortunately, none of these places have just the raw number of people I'd like to slaughter. Well, specifically bad people. I mean, I could go to a city and just slaughter everybody, but that's not the point. And it's not something our character would do. But no, I just... now see, I really want to go watch The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Like, a lot. Like, that movie was really funny to me. Even the Rick Moranis movies I was talking about earlier, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids... Or Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Who the fuck is this, and what the fuck are you doing? Who are you fighting? What is under this bridge that you're engaged with? There's a vampire here. Come back here. Come to me. I wish to kill you. I'm sure I know some of my friends who have never seen the, that series of movies. I definitely think the second one was way better than the first. I honestly wasn't that huge of a fan of Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. I much preferred the Shrink movies, because I think they're just cooler. I guess, in my head. I think a movie about shrinking someone down is just cooler. I guess that's probably one of the reasons why I really liked Ant-Man. And also, Paul Rudd was just really good. Like, I mean, I'm not, like, a huge Paul Rudd fan. I didn't hear that Paul Rudd was going to be Ant-Man and go, eee. I just went, alright. I can't think off the top of my head where I know Paul Rudd from, but I recognize that face. And I was pleasantly surprised. That movie turned out alright. Please give me your souls. Thank you. You too. Which is good. I think Paul Rudd did good. I'm excited for the next wave of the Avengers movies. But if I start talking about the Avengers movies, I will literally be at it for like 2 hours. Like, if I start talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I might never shut up. And not even that I think all the movies are inherently good, it's just I absolutely adore what they've been attempting to do. To the point where it's just something I feel that a lot of discussion can be had about. Because I know a few people in my life who dislike the Marvel Cinematic Universe simply on the fact that it's too much. Like, they're trying to do too much, my friend would argue. And they, like, my friend says they don't want to feel obliged to have to watch a bunch of these movies that they probably would never ever actually watch in their regular life. Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves was probably the second best of the trilogy. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves is really good. Because it gives the parents a view into the life of the children. When one of the kids crashes because they have low potassium, and the other kid uses the knowledge he learned from science camp, where his dad sends him to, is great. It has a lot of good scenes, because it allows a group of parents to see their kids in a different way. And I think that's a really good thing for movies, because if a parent's watching that, even though it's a movie, I mean, if you watch a movie, you're in some way going to be affected by that movie. I mean, it's just the way the movie, like, it works, right? If a movie isn't touching you in some way, the movie has failed at being a movie. And I honestly think Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves is really good for parents to watch, because, especially parents with teenagers, because it definitely opens up this whole new world of, hey, your kids aren't just fuck-ups. You're doing a good job raising them. You should show them that you understand that every so often, and I like that. Honey, We Shrunk the Kids is probably better, just in terms of being a more entertaining movie, because it just goes into some really cool places. And I mean, this is way before Ant-Man was a thing, right? So I mean, if you watched Ant-Man going like, man, all this is super cool, the graphics are amazing, the transitions are super cool, like, you should definitely look up Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, because, like, that was what Ant-Man was doing, but 2 decades earlier. And I mean, Ant-Man came out after 2010, so I actually have to say 2 decades, because I'm pretty sure Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids both came out in the 90s, and I think Honey, We Blew Up the Kid came out in the late... I'm in my vampire form. Let's change back here. But they're great movies. And Rick Moranis does a really good job at his role in those movies. And he's not really someone I've ever cared about as an actor outside of those films. We should go to the other... We should go, like, over here and explore. Try and find some new bad guys to kill for the next episode, because we're going to end this stream here in a bit. I'm going to take a half an hour to an hour break, and then we're going to be coming back with a stream I'm super excited for. I'm going to go post some stuff on social media about it. We're going to be playing a game called Hollow Knight, which is an up-and-coming indie game I'm super excited for. Yeah, the Hot Wheels scene is pretty badass. They're great movies. And I think Ant-Man was a good movie. I think Ant-Man was a really good superhero comedy. And the fact that they could do a superhero comedy is amazing, in my opinion. The fact that the superhero movies have begun to, like, break down the walls between genres is really impressive. What the fuck am I carrying? Alright, we don't need you. I don't care how cool you are. All of that leather. We should definitely go turn, like, all of that leather to ore.
Good doing business with you.
Because I'm just weighed down like crazy. It was 89 for Shrink the Kids, really? Alright, so never mind. I believe it went Blew Up the Kid, Shrunk the Kids, We Shrunk Ourselves. I think. I could be wrong. It's been a very long time, and again, I don't readily have the internet, like, right in front of me to search. But those were movies. Those were definitely movies. Definitely worth watching. Definitely worth watching with kids. I definitely wish I had a way to, like, digitize all of our VHS tapes.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll...
But I would need to get, like, a working, like, capture card for that, plus a VHR or VCR.
That sort of thing.
We're almost having enough money where I'm gonna feel comfortable buying us some sort of house, which is cool. Jesus, man. Why do you run out of money so fast? I have so much more shit to sell you.
Do come back.
Alright, so in the next video, we're going to continue the slaughter of all the corrupt humans in the world. I'm probably going to stream again Skyrim in the next few days. Again, expect me back in another hour or so with Hollow Knight. I am going to end the stream here, guys. I want to thank you all for coming by. please be sure to hit that subscribe button and share this the channel with friends. It's greatly appreciated.